Hello and welcome to the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast, your source for coverage of what's shaping up as one of Australia's most compelling criminal trials. My name is Lisa. I'm a podcaster and a true crime reporter, and I've followed this story since 2023. Now today, before we start, please make sure you subscribe to our newsletter at mushroommurdertrial.com. It's full of updates and information about the trial. You'll also receive the first edition when you sign up for the newsletter. The purpose of today's episode is to give you an update on the proceedings in Victoria, Australia to date, and to provide an outline of what to expect from day one, Monday, and beyond. In news today, we have an update about the 3 attempted murder counts Miss Patterson pled not guilty to last year concerning her estranged husband, Simon Patterson. The court was told the Department of Public Prosecutions had discontinued these charges, in other words, dropped them. The jurors were told to put those matters out of their minds. By way of background, these hearings have been conducted in the La Trobe Magistrates Court in Morwell, a town approximately 152 kilometres from the state capital of Victoria, Melbourne. It's about 2 hours by car. This area, in Australia's far southeast, is now in the midst of a significant event. The Supreme Court trial of Erin Patterson. These types of hearings normally run out of courtrooms in the city, but Miss Patterson has selected Morwell for her trial close to her home in Leongatha, as is her right under Australian law. The 50-year-old is accused of, but denies, murdering her former in-laws, Don and Gail Patterson, as well as Gail's sister, Heather Wilkinson. The 3 died in hospital days after allegedly consuming a meal at Miss Patterson's Leongatha home in July 2023. The teaching student is also accused of attempting to murder Heather's husband, Ian Wilkinson, who survived. But as I noted, she is pleading not guilty to all charges. On Monday, the court featured some of the remaining pre-trial arguments. Crown Prosecutor Nanette and Defence Barrister Colin and Mandy are facing off in what is turning out to be a very high-profile trial. The empanelment of the jury was finished by Tuesday afternoon, and some of the remaining time was spent as Justice Christopher Beale, one of the state's most senior judges, gave them his instructions for the trial, such as no Googling the case, no social media discussion, and decide on the facts presented in the court. The prosecution's opening address and the defence reply will be heard Wednesday, Thursday. Moreover, I will have a full report on the opening address for you later this week. As for Morwell, what must it be like to be at the centre of this trial? Reporters on the ground have told me it has brought an influx of visitors to Morwell. Hotels and motels report being fully booked, with journalists, bloggers, podcasters and other media arriving in large numbers. According to the reports I've received, the locals are welcoming and friendly towards the influx of outsiders. Accommodation is also scarce in the town. Rodney Hardy, who is from the Olive Tree Motel, told the Herald Sun, "We are very busy. We have a lot of the Associated Press staying. We also have some bloggers and other press as well." Moreover, Miss Patterson's trial also coincides with a Lions Club convention in Morwell. Now, in case you don't know what that is, the Lions Club, they're a community service group, and it's placing extra demand for accommodation in the area. As well, the town's hospitality venues are finding themselves in the midst of a big surge in customers. The community now finds itself at the centre of national attention as these proceedings unfold. The trial of Erin Patterson continues for the rest of this week, and I will be giving you regular updates. So make sure you follow the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast so you don't miss a thing. You will find out what happens next, how does the justice system play out in this high-stakes case, and what can we expect as the trial continues. As I said, space in the courtroom is scarce, with media access in the room determined by a daily ballot. Now, until next time, I'm Lisa, and this is the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast from the Supreme Court of Victoria in Melbourne. Thank you for listening. For more information, visit my website. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter at mushroommurdertrial.com. You can find me on Facebook. Just search for the podcast, the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast. I'll also put links in the show notes as well. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you very soon.